I think we're making progress defensively. As you saw in the Seattle game, biggest thing that stood out for us defensively was the improvement on third down. And I like where we're headed. I like, we've stayed positive throughout the tough time we're going through right now, and we have a tremendous challenge coming up down there in Miami on Sunday, and it's going to be a great challenge for us, and it's going to be exciting, fun to watch.
Wink, I saw Sean McDermott said something last week. They asked him, how do you mimic the speed the Dolphins have? And he said, you sign Usain Bolt, basically. How do you guys mimic the speed you have on the practice field? Is there anybody you have that can play those roles?
It's tough to do, and even though if you think you can mimic it, it's not. That's why they're so successful on their first drives coming out. Is the guys got to get used to the speed of the game and the speed of those guys. I don't know what the best way to describe it. It's like if you were driving a Daytona NASCAR and jump, and trying to race against the Formula One guy. And it's those guys they're fast, and it's not just Tyreek anymore. Waddle, and I don't know how to pronounce his last name. The running back, the rookie running back. I mean, he runs 4.3 with his pads on, so it's going to be a challenge.
Where do you stand on the cornerback situation going in this game?
They're all going to be ready to play. They're going to have to be ready to play because it's. What is it supposed to be, 85, which 100% humidity, probably feel like 95, 96, and if you watch this offense, you're going to be running. So, everybody is got to be ready to go.
So does that mean that Trey, we should expect to see Trey back on the field?
I'm not going to talk about who's playing and who's not playing. This is a matchup league, and I think as a coach, when you're looking at an offense, and you're going to match up certain guys with certain guys that somebody matches up better with this guy or that guy, and that's where we're at here right now. So it's not just because it's not cookie cutter. It's not just because you have these three guys that they're always going to play, and that's why it's so important. And Rome does a great job of developing everybody that's on the roster, and guys have good weeks of practice. He coaches every practice, and we coach every practice like it is a game, because we want to make sure everybody knows what they're doing when they get in there, because they're probably going to be in there.
How do you assess your tackle as you've gone along here? Obviously, the fan play stood out the other night, but would you say there's been some tackling issues? And
I think that any time that you go through what we've gone through, there's several things that stand out. But we put an emphasis on tackling the Seattle week, and you're still going to have missed tackles. It's not like people walk out of games that no one missed a tackle. This is this is pro football. Those guys get paid too. Would the guys who missed the tackle on that play like to have that play back? Yes. And I'll try to explain it the best way I can explain it to you. We need to have fewer guys saying they want one or two plays back. You know what I mean? Because especially when you lose the game, those plays stand out even more. So, there's guys that you could go back and look at the last 4 games, and it's like I said, it's one or two plays. But if you have 6 guys that have one or two plays again, that they want back, that's too many. And. So we're just trying to get better every day, and I think we're going down that path, as you saw the way we played.
Is that the Kavon you want to see on a regular basis? Even the play before he got the sack, I think it was the second play, you saw him running back to make a tackle. Really getting out there.
I think that that Kavon wants to win, and Kavon wants to get better every day. And Kavon will get better. He'll continue to get better every day because that's his personality. I want to see Kavon every day. He's a good dude. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you get. That's one of the greatest things about coaching. And that's why you've been in it as long as we have, is because you want your guys to have success. So you're excited to see that. And I think that he knows what's expected of him, and I just told him keep being himself and keep trying to get better. And, do everything the best you can do it, as fast as you can do it. And I think that's what you saw against Seattle. I thought
Kevin Neal's comments yesterday, or that came out yesterday, drew a lot of attention and whatnot. It was obviously a young guy that was frustrated. When you guys are going through a stretch like this, what are your, as a veteran coach, what's your advice on trying to handle that stress and the pressure that comes with the fact?
When you say when we're going through what?
When you're going through the stretch you're on right now, obviously you get a young guy that kind of lashed out, just showed his frustration.
You don't want to see anybody put themselves in the position that he did, because it becomes a distraction. Everybody's frustrated right now, and as long as you attack every day, it's like I told you guys last week. When you have experience, which, you said younger guys, so when you have experience, you've been in these situations before, and what you have to rely on is that you're still coaching in this league, so be confident in what you do and how you're coaching it. And it's the same thing goes for a player. You just can't just snap back. You know what I mean? It's just, you got to think about, everything you say and just have the confidence that you're going to continue to work and get better. And, that's what I would say to him. I haven't talked to him about it.
With that being said, can it be a benefit to you guys to go on the road for a couple weeks, given the stretch you had at home in the first two games?
I'm just, I'm going to be completely honest with you, okay? During a game, I hear the fans when they get loud, especially on third down. And I love that about our fans. I mean, like I said, they're passionate. And I understand their passion both ways. I do understand it, okay? And, but during the game, I wish we could play every game at home because it's an advantage to the defense. So I don't look at it as, is it going to be an advantage going on the road next 2 weeks or not? I don't look at it that way.
Wait, when you say you're making progress, is that execution? Is it effort? Is it preparation? Is it knowledge?
I think that's a great question. Execution of the defense. I think it's all the above. But in just like third down, the area of third down, we're getting ready to face a team that Mike McDaniel he's a stud. I mean, it goes back to, he's from the Shanahan tree, all right? And it used to be, Kyle and, everybody would say he's got Mike McDaniel with him. Now it's Mike McDaniel and, he's from that tree, but, Mike's his own guy. But the thing that they have a lot of things in common is the stress they put you on all three downs, and you have to game plan first and second down, just like you do third down, and you have to defend every blade of grass in this team. All right, so they're looking for horizontal seams, they're looking for vertical seams, and they hit it with fast players, and that puts a lot of stress on the defense. So it's one of those games as a defensive coordinator that you call that. If you get them to third down, because I think they're averaging like 9.5 third downs a game right now, which is number one in the league with the fewest third downs. If you get them to third down and you get off the field on third down, to me, as a play caller and that I express to the defense, you get them off the field third down, you come over that bench, you're celebrating like you just scored a touchdown defensively, because that's the challenge that they put upon you as a play caller and as a defense. They're the number one offense in the league.
Is the defensive players getting frustrated at all? Like when a team struggles to score points, it can magnify mistakes.
Right.
Maybe you're play afraid or tentative because one mistake could mean the game. How are the players reacting to the situation?
Well, I think that's a good question. I think everything gets exaggerated in the situations that we've been in. You know what I mean? Everything. And frustrated. That's what I was talking about in the San Francisco game and the Seattle game. it didn't matter what happened, they were ready to go back out on the field. I mean, all the way until that last series, which, you know, that's why I'm saying I like the direction that we're going. And, you know, it's, you know, we want to talk about sacks and everything else. It's hard, you know, it's hard to get sacks, you know, when you don't, you know, have the lead. And that's just a fact. I mean, that's not saying anything. We just got to, it's a team game. We got to play better. That's all I'm concerned about defensively is we got to play better to help out if somebody else is not playing better. We didn't play well in Arizona in the first half. The offense picked us up, and then we took off. You know, so it's a team game with all three phases have to play together for you to even have a chance in this league.
Wink, when you see a team, this is 2 weeks ago, obviously, with Miami, but when you see a team put 70 points up on another team as a defensive coordinator, what's your reaction to that? It just doesn't happen very often.
Well, my wife called me last night before she went to bed. She said she was worried about me. She said, "Are you getting any sleep?" I said, "Yeah, I'm sleeping like a baby. Every 2 hours I wake up and cry and go to the bathroom and try to go back and get some more sleep." I mean, that's unbelievable. I mean, it's unbelievable. But that's where this league's heading. You know, with some of the other scores, the points have been up pretty high. And, you know, I think it does. I told our guys, not the players. I told our staff. Because we're all old enough to remember the greatest show on turf. This is like that 2023 supersonic. I mean, they're faster than that. And that's the whole thing that, you know, in preparing a team going into this environment, you know, that's not even turf there, it's grass, and they're still faster, you know, and this quarterback's playing at a high level. I got a lot of respect for the kid. He knows where to go with the football. He's accurate. He gets rid of it quick. And like I can't say enough about Mike because of, you know, the situations that he puts him in, you know, where he can get rid of the ball quick, and he's got those receivers and, you know, the right route concepts and everything else to get it to him quick. And I'm not just saying quick, like 3-yard routes. You know, he's throwing it for receivers come out of breaks, and it's just put right there on him. So, you know, in this game, there's, you know, I told the defense, there's going to be plays made. We just got to, you know, you got to just have that mentality. It's all right, here we go again. Let's just try to get a stop. Let's try every play. Let's just try to get a stop. You know, so, you know, the more we can get them in third downs, you know, the better off it is for us.